Hey, I'm Logan Christopher from LegendaryStrength.com. In this video, I want to talk about tearing a deck of cards in half. Now, there's a lot of details that go into this. Just going to really give you the basics of it here in this video. You're going to want to hold the deck straight across with one of your hands. And of course, there are multiple different styles of tearing, but this is sort of the main one, the one I'm going to be showing you. The idea is you're gripping hard between the knuckle here and this part of the thumb here. Not so hard that it bends like that, but you do want a firm squeeze of the deck. The idea is to have a straight line here, and you're kind of pulling across it like that's a paper cutter right there. With the other hand, you are not going to grip it the same way. You do not have the same hands on this. But you are going to grip instead between the thumb and the side of the index finger here, like so. So thumb over the top, down here. Now you are going to apply downward pressure with these fingers as you are applying upward pressure right here. Now you'll notice there's what's called the S-curve that you can see going just a little bit with the deck here. That is really what you want, because the tension is going to come across that point there. And you're really trying to get that tension narrowed in, focused in, right at that point right there. Otherwise, if you're just pulling like this, the tension is spread all throughout, you're not going to be able to tear them. So then you go like this, and I'm going slow so you can see it, and you'll notice that the tear is happening right here. Now, after you've torn a little bit, sometimes you can just go all the way through, but often you'll need to reposition this hand slightly down the deck. And then as it opens up more, I'll typically wrap my hand around here and pull more so until you have a deck of cards shredded like that. Now, in order to do decks of cards, you really are going to need to get a lot of decks of cards in order to practice. This can be a little expensive. What I recommend is if you go on Amazon or something, you can find a big box like this, just full of used casino cards. Literally, this one comes just with them bundled like this. You can find all kinds of other decks. These ones happen to be some of the toughest decks I've ever ripped. Sort of the gold standard of tearing is a bicycle deck, but not necessarily the hardest one out there. You find some dollar store decks that are even easier. Really going to depend quite a bit. But the progression is super simple, right? You count off like 15 cards, and you're going to start with that, work and practice that technique. If you do less than about 15, it gets to be a little bit too small. It kind of crumples the cards more than you'll end up tearing them. But then from there, simple rules of progression, add a card or two at a time, and just keep tearing that way. So that's the basics of card tearing. I'll have some links below, a lot more information available about card tearing, where you can really get deeper into doing this classic feat of strength. I highly recommend you try it out. It's a great party trick. You'll never know when you need to tear a deck of cards.